All right, it's time to yap about MLB The Show 26. We had another feature premiere today. This one was on presentation, but they kind of split it into a few different things. There was some Diamond Dynasty stuff in there, so that is important for the channel, as well as some franchise like UI stuff. It's all about presentation, commentary, presentation, UI, all that stuff. But we got to see some new things in Diamond Dynasty, so we are going to be talking a lot about that. Guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you want to hear any of my thoughts in the game. After every feature premiere, we drop a video where I kind of yap about what happened, and that's what we're going to do today. So to start, we had a menu, and then they kind of did their classic thing where they yap about the game a little bit, right? It's the pre-recorded segment. Was there anything notable in the premiere just got here? I mean, if you're only in a Diamond Dynasty, there's like one or two small things, but it's not much. It's all about presentation.
Yeah, it did.
So they're yapping about stuff here, and then they go into the College World Series actual presentation. You know, the logos, the uniforms, the UI. This is Oregon State versus Florida in Omaha, for example. Looks pretty nice, right? Looks pretty nice. What I notice is they have Dylan Beavers here. Dylan Beavers. I mean, it's Beavers on the front of the chest, so clearly it must be him. He looks incredible. And then they're doing this thing, and I was like, yeah, pretty sick. No, it's cool, man. I think they're actually grasping the environment of the College World Series, which I think is dope. So many Dylan Beavers in one dugout is kind of crazy. But you know, that is what it is. But that's kind of all they talked about with the College World Series. Here's a little bit of gameplay with it as well, once they kind of get into it here. And this is Joe Random, your Road the Show guy, playing in the College World Series. This is only in Road the Show, by the way. You can't just load up the College World Series and play it. It's a Road the Show thing, but it has the full format of it, the full bracket, all of that stuff, and you can technically play through it twice, which is pretty dope, honestly. That I might do a Road to the Show playthrough just because of something like this, and the fact that you're able to like sim through it, and I can choose my pacing. It'll be similar to my franchises in terms of format for me, and I think I would enjoy that. So we might actually do a Road to the Show. Let me know down in the comments, actually, should I do a Road to the Show this year? Maybe during the marathon stream, for example, or the subathon. After the College World Series, they kind of went and started talking about storylines. And also, Ramon is in storylines, which is cool. Roy Campanella behind the plate. He is one of the guys that we're going to get. Here's a little gameplay. They revealed 4 new names. Maybe Peanut Johnson, who was the only woman to play in the Negro Leagues, I believe. George Mule Suttles, John Henry Pop Lloyd, and then Roy Campanella. They added Terrapin Park in Baltimore. I think somebody said 10 storylines this year. Could be wrong. I did not hear it personally. Someone in my chat said it, but I believe them. I believe them. Only woman to pitch in the Negro Leagues. There we go. That is a good correction. Ramon actually showed up today. He's actually, I think, a higher up now, more with Sony, oversees a lot of this, but he works a lot with the storylines. And Bob Kendrick, who we will see later, by the way, he said there is a new look, new set design for all this stuff, and they really leaned into the music aspect of storylines, which I'm super excited about as like a music nerd. I come from music. I did all that stuff. I was a percussionist. Played a lot of other instruments as well throughout my time playing music and all that. I really like the music stuff, and apparently they lean into that a lot this year, so I'm very excited about that. They kind of talk a lot about storylines here. A lot about storylines. They show a little bit of gameplay. Here is some things. We get some new jerseys and all that. Well, the wagon. I'm looking for... There's Roy Campanella. He's going to be big in Diamond Dynasty this year. He's going to be like a similar like Josh Gibson. He's a Hall of Famer. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a collection. He was one of the guys they revealed in the Big 3 in the first gameplay trailer. So Roy Campanella is going to be a big deal. They talk for a while on this stuff. Ramon is very excited about it because he works on it a lot. And then we do get to hear Bob Kendrick talk a little bit at some point. I think it was later, actually. Okay, couple other things right here. Conquest, the Diamond Dynasty score bug is the same, but there is new perfect animations, which maybe they didn't show that in that, but there is new perfect animations. New Conquest presentation. Maybe this isn't new, maybe it's the same. I don't know. Looks nice, sure. but it's going to be mode to mode, which is cool. There's a lot of customization in the game this year between modes, it seems. They talked a lot about that. There's your first look at the live series card art, by the way. Shane Bieber. A lot of presentation stuff. There's Owen Miller. Okay, they skip out of that. All right, and then they bring in Robert Flores, and he's talking a lot. So they have Robert on commentary this year only for Diamond Dynasty. So he joins Boog and I believe it's Singleton. And his commentary is strictly Road to the Show based. So he talks about things that are relevant to the DD mode itself, rather than more of a real baseball feel. It's like extra commentary, which I think is dope. It's good customization for the actual mode, and that's something they brought up a lot. Franchise is going to be customized based on how they talk, like the strategy of the game and stuff like that. It's going to be very mode specific. Same thing with Road to the Show. Now with Diamond Dynasty with Roflo getting on commentary. How did we feel about that live series card art with Shane Bieber and Owen Miller? I want to go back to it real quick. Feels a little plain, but also plain can be clean to some people. Let me know your thoughts on that. And same score bug. Roflo did leak one thing. He leaked that the parallel system is changing and it's some type of customization. Don't know what it is. They'll get more into it as they go, but we will take that. We will take a parallel system change, which is why they've been blurring all of that out clearly. I don't know if they really wanted him to leak that also. It was interesting. Let me see if I can find where he did that. It was funny.
A lot of cool things that are baseball classic content.
Also, I noticed this.
I know I can't spoil.
We got to talk
because,
about this.
We got to wait for things. To
Who does when they count on their fingers, starting on their pinky? Look at this.
The community is going to love the way the World Baseball Classic.
That's insane to me.
Implemented.
Who does
and
this?
They're really going to.
I always go 1, 2, 3.
How
he's going 1, 2, 3. What is that about?
Players can be.
Okay, this is where he leaked it though.
And they're really going to, I think, enjoy how customizable paralleling players can be. That's that. I'll just leave it at that. So there's a lot of.
You'll just leave it at that. I don't know if you're supposed to talk about that or not. I'm sure they allowed it or something or whatever, but parallel system is customizable this year, apparently. Very interesting. Okay, once they get into the actual live portion, there's some gameplay shown here.
Yeah, something that we haven't done.
I want to show the perfect animation. They're showing Sprout pitch, Andres Jimenez hit. We got a little bear down action here. Indiana bear down. How about it? How about it? Bear down. All right, and there's the perfect animation on the left here. Look at that. So apparently that is also mode specific and sometimes team specific, depending on what you're playing. But that's the Conquest one. It's going to look like that. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. It's something new, right? Something new. As we go forward, this is where things get interesting. So they talk about the Tokyo Dome and then the stadium in Puerto Rico that I'm forgetting the name of. They are adding the real chants and the music and all that these stadiums do, like a whole different live atmosphere. Again, all of this is presentation. Those Padres, when they talked about perfect, so like that's what I was saying, depending on the team even too, or the mode. When they were at Petco Park playing something, it was like brown and gold for the perfect animation. And then as we go forward, then they get into the live a little bit. Here's another look at College World Series stuff. And so the fans' colors are all that. You get the blue, the baby blue of UNC. You get the more brown orange from Texas in the crowd. Looks like a fun atmosphere. Kev decided to learn how to hit this week. If y'all remember the last week, it was very tough on Kev. His gameplay was rough. He figured some stuff out this week. I wanted to show some of the DD stuff. Might be a little bit later though. One thing they did say, the schedule for future weeks. Franchise next Thursday. We will be there. We will be talking about franchises. You guys know we love franchise on the channel. Diamond Dynasty the week after. And then the week after that is the night the game comes out. That's when they do the live content feature premiere. And they said every day up until the live content feature premiere, they're going to be dropping stuff too. So that is dope. That is dope. The Tin and the Tap Man song is in my ears right now. What the hell? All right. There's Diamond Dynasty stuff that I really want to show. That's like important. There's Bob. Hi, Bob. Bob always sounds super happy. Here's some franchise stuff. It's the same thing, but apparently the commentary is going to be based more around these actual storylines going on. which is dope. It's not just there like it has been always for us in these franchise modes. New UIs going through batters and pitchers and everything. Looks nice. You get a little bit of something about each player, which I think is actually sick. You see the recent games. This is good. I love this. I love this for our franchise playthroughs. This is fantastic. I want to new UIs showing pitcher stats and all that. For franchise, new score bug. I think that's super clean. Like super clean. Showing a lot of gameplay from that. I want to see the Diamond Dynasty stuff they talked about. And I guess they talked about it a lot more at the end. There's the perfect. It's kind of team based on this. I assume for franchise, it's going to be team color based, which I think is dope. They didn't talk about it in the feature premiere. They dropped a trailer beforehand. Right. So it's this guy. So this is where they show a lot of the Diamond Dynasty changes. All right. And it was kind of near the middle that they did it. Here we go. Okay. They talked about and kind of leaked it in their Twitch chat. World Baseball Classic standalone mode. That is mini seasons. It looks like they have overhauled mini seasons into World Baseball Classic, or at least there's a World Baseball Classic mini season that is not the same format as it's been. As you can see, all the pools are in it. All the teams are in it. And also look at team overalls. This makes us wonder, are they going to have the actual rosters? I don't know. Apparently, you're going to replace a team with your Diamond Dynasty squad, and you play through the World Baseball Classic, apparently in its full format, it looks like, because you're going to have pool play, and then they have all the stadiums from the World Baseball Classic: San Juan, Houston, Tokyo, Miami, and it looks like you're actually going to get to play the World Baseball Classic. It's just within Diamond Dynasty, which is cool. But also we're seeing a lot of the new UI of Diamond Dynasty. International stadiums they already talked about, but you're actually going to be playing the pool, the actual where the games are going to be playing, rather than those fake ones that they've been doing, which I think is kind of sick. I really like that a lot. I'm hoping these stadiums actually perform well. I am worried about, with everything going on in them, that they are not going to perform well, drop frames, etc. Still cool to have them for sure. And then as they get done showing all these stadiums, showing all the logos and everything, we've already seen all those. They show some UI stuff here. These are menus for all that. There's that. Where's the Diamond Dynasty? Maybe I missed it a little bit before the World Baseball Classic. Oh, there's also this screen. When you're walking up for a road to the show, you get some narrative. You get to see the depth chart, the people you're competing against in front of you. Okay, it was in this section when Roflo was talking.
Personality into his catered commentary for ranked games.
Okay, so we get to see some UI here. Ranked and Weekend Classic.
Battle Royale.
We see that. They are flying through this. My goodness.
Personality into his catered commentary for
I gotta pause at the perfect moment. Okay, here is the menu. As you can see at the top. Home, play, progress, build, collect. Recently played. Ranked as its own. Single player, multiplayer challenge, casual multiplayer. So I'm curious with all this about, as you can see with ranked, you can see the co-op is involved with it again. I think this UI is super clean. I don't know what query squad means. I will say that. Shop, packs, marketplace, all on the bottom. I think this UI is so clean. I love this so much. XP path, you press a button up there at the top.
Ranked game.
Love this. You go into ranked and weekend classic. That's what this shows.
Battle Royale. Diamond.
Battle Royale. It's weird seeing a silver and a diamond round, I'm not gonna lie, but what's really cool, up here at the top on a pitcher, right, you see the stuff, and then you see the pitches and how good the pitches are. I think that is a massive addition. Massive. If you guys are curious, my camera's kind of blocking. It goes 4 diamonds, 4 golds, 9 silvers, 8 bronze, 1 common. I think this up here is sick on the overview.
And
then in single player, you see Diamond Quest, mini seasons, Conquest, Showdown. Maybe if you scroll over, there's more. It looks like Diamond Quest. I don't know what this is. I don't know. 26-2 is Egg Hunt. 26-1 is Launch. I don't know if these are time-based or what.
more.
That's interesting. And there's more Roflo talking. Those are the Diamond Dynasty things we saw, though. Jessica Mendoza is on for the College World Series, by the way. And then we know Roflo is on for the Diamond Dynasty stuff. Am I missing anything? I like how we have a specific DD commentator with Roflo. Yes, agreed. Chad, do we have any questions that I could be missing here? Maybe 26 for the year, and the 1 and 2 are the order in which they released. That could be. Maybe. College baseball, yes. Road to the show. You have the whole College World Series and also an extended high school. I don't think there's that much more from this feature premiere, if I'm being honest. I like it was a pretty meh for most people feature premiere. I think there's a lot of good stuff in there because I can actually appreciate presentation. A lot of people that only play Diamond Dynasty don't realize that the gameplay experience is actually a lot of fun in the full presentation aspect rather than the super fast and played through way that you have to play Diamond Dynasty. Like, that's why we love franchise so much. I think you can create storylines out of it. The ticker on the bottom is sick. Presentation I like personally, but it's probably a nothing burger for a lot of people. But you get to see a little bit of Diamond Dynasty in there, which is dope. Jessica is just there for the College World Series, she said. UI looks clean. I like the score bugs outside of Diamond Dynasty because it's the same one. But yeah, next week is franchise. Very excited about that. The week after Diamond Dynasty, week after live content, and then that night for that feature premiere, the feature premiere of live content is the start of my marathon stream. So I will go live for that feature premiere and be live for basically the next week, all the way through early access, the release of the game, maybe even a little longer. We'll see. But that, guys, I think that's all we got. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed these videos and want to know more about MLB 26. Like the video and comment any questions you have. I'll see if I can answer any. I don't know anything more than you guys, but maybe I can clarify something they said type thing. I don't have any inside info, unfortunately. But guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.